Hey dude, I'm making this video because I know that sometimes I have epiphanies or great ideas about things, and then the world gets me really busy and distracted, and I completely forget, or I get out of that moment and I don't execute, I don't accomplish anything based on that epiphany or idea. So I am trying to try to get around that today by making this video, so that later you can watch it and hopefully remember this space that you are currently in and the ideas that you're having, and maybe make something happen. Get out there and create something and build something. But anyway, I was just thinking about my latest progression with Facebook and how I announced that I'm going to start being more of my authentic self, and just thinking about what that means to me and why I even felt the need to post that. So, but basically, I guess today, thinking about it, what I really want to do is I want to share my experiences. I feel like a lot of people have told me to hide things about myself, to hide the fact that that I still am in love with my first love, to hide the fact that I committed suicide. These kind of things that people are like, nobody wants to hear that. Keep that to yourself. But I think that those are very valuable experiences that need to be shared, but not just to be some sort of rant or some sort of just, I gotta tell everybody my business. It's not like that. I want to help people. I always have. I've always cared, especially about people who are hurting, people who are especially going through a very hard time, maybe a heartbreak, for example. That was my original motivation for the Lighthouse, was to have a place to go when you're just feeling completely destroyed, completely, it's just sad and vulnerable and hurt and devastated, basically, and you can't eat, you don't want to eat, and you can't really sleep much, and you just, it's hard to be alone with yourself, and you need a place to go, you need to be around people. And so I was thinking, okay, like, I don't give money to suicide prevention causes, or what do you call them, charities or whatever, because I don't believe that they really do much. It's not like that. Basically, you have a hotline for someone to call to talk them down if they feel like killing themselves. And then what happens? Then you go back to leaving them all by themselves with no, you know what I mean? It's like we're going to talk you off the ledge here, and get the gun out of your hand, and then we're going to just send you right back into the same conditions that led you out on the ledge in the first place. So I think, for me, I was thinking, look, I can create my own charity or 501c3 or whatever it's called, 3C, I think. I don't know. Those numbers might not even be right, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, create my own thing, where it's basically just groups all over the country, and that's what I want to do, is start with the country, and maybe go worldwide at some point. I'm assuming it would be a great success, because I do think that there's a lot of people who need this service. But basically, yeah, create a charity or organization or something where basically people can just give to the charity, like people do to charities all the time. People do care about suicide prevention. They're just, when they do give money to that, I feel like it's just going to waste. It's not actually preventing suicide for the most part. Most people who commit suicide don't even reach out for help because they already know they're going to commit suicide, and they also don't want someone to try to stop them. So they don't reach out for people who are truly serious. Now, the people who do call suicide hotlines, I feel like, are people who aren't, they're just feeling very maybe sad or depressed or whatever, and they are wanting to talk to someone, but someone who's actually decided to kill themselves, they're not calling anybody. But if there was a place that you could go to be around people to help you deal with the things that lead you to want to commit suicide, then it might actually, and I believe it will actually, prevent you from ever getting to that point, because you will have a support group to help you through that time. So yeah, basically what I'm gonna do is start an organization where it's just groups of people, places that are like open constantly, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so people can come anytime. And it's never just like a one-on-one thing, because that's not a great situation. That can lead to all kind of other issues. But anyway, just have a group of friends or roommates or people or whatever. We're all hanging out together, so that group is established, and then you could have people come in who are needing help or needing just distraction from their situation. Depression is a killer. It is worse than death, because it is a suffering. It is a hell that you can't escape from except through time, distraction and time. And so anyway, yeah, I just wanted to kind of put that out there. Like, this is something that I should be focusing on. I should be creating this thing. I should talk about depression and suicide and a real way to actually help that problem, instead of just pretending like we're helping the problem. So anyway, so that's one of the things I think that I will talk about on my Facebook posts. I do plan on talking about a lot of stuff. I would like to start a blog. I would like to start a podcast. I'd like to do a lot of things. But I need to know what my central idea or theme is, I guess. And so basically, I want to help people. I want to help people through their hardships, and through, I want people to feel like they're not alone, that there are people who care, and not people that just say I care, but actually show that they care. So people who are saying, hey, come join us, come hang out with us, come just be around us. Now, I also have this dream of owning properties all across America, and doing like an Airbnb situation, but people would actually live there. So it'd be like an RV park, or it would be tiny houses or whatever, but it'd be basically small communities. And then you would have spaces that are basically Airbnb spaces inside those communities. So people actually live there full time in the communities, but then you would have extra spaces. So you might have like 10 tiny houses, for example, on a piece of property, and you have like a central building where people congregate together, like a day room, like we had in the Army. You might have laundry machines there. I mean, my preference is to have laundry machines in your own physical space for every person, but I'm just saying, maybe a kitchen, a big kitchen would be great. Day room, big kitchen kind of situation would be great for like the main cabin or whatever that people congregate in, and then you'd have much smaller cabins that people just, maybe that's where they do their laundry, they do their showering, and they sleep and stuff like that. But then I think the community should be encouraging of people getting out of their small spaces and into the bigger building and to hang out together. But yeah, so spaces like that would be great to incorporate this idea into, is so that you have people who are out there hurting, then needing to be around people. They can just come to one of these spaces. They can rent out a Airbnb if they want to, or they can just come and just hang out with people and then go home at the end. Because if we have places all over America, hopefully, that's the plan, is to have them basically everywhere, big and small cities and everything, little towns, whatever, then it's not like you have to go drive far away from where you actually live, and therefore it would need to rent an Airbnb or whatever to stay the night. Now, there are also maybe times where we sponsor them, and so we pay for the Airbnb instead of them having to, so they can still stay there if that seems to be the right thing for them. And so we're not making money at that point. But so we do want to make money, obviously, as long as we are covering our overhead, our costs, then we can keep this thing going through the charity from people giving, or from renting out the Airbnbs. So anyway, that's the idea that I'm having right now. And I did have an idea earlier to call my blog a gentle rant. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but anyway, that's what I was thinking. I was like, what is it that I'm trying to do here? I've already had ideas of saying like, hear me out and stuff like that, titling it "Hear Me Out." But just another idea I'm throwing out there is a gentle rant. Anyway, we'll figure it out. But I wanted to get all that down so that I don't forget and get out of the space and it all goes away. All right, bye.